All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to learn how to add mixed numbers. Our goal is that everyone will be able to add these mixed numbers, even if regrouping, simplifying, and when the sum creates an improper fraction, we'll all be able to do that. So let's see what we got here. First, we want to take a few notes on the step-by-step process that's needed when adding mixed numbers. Very easily, in 4 steps, we can solve any of the problems. Step number 1, we simply want to convert to a common denominator. If they're already common denominators, then there's no need to convert. But if they're different, we have to convert. So here we have 5/8 and 3/4. And the common denominator would be eighths. So the 5/8 remains the same, and 3/4 becomes 6/8. Step number 2, we want to add the numerators and simplify, or convert to a mixed number if necessary. So when we add the numerators, we have 5 plus 6, and we get 5 plus 6 over the same denominator, which is equal to 11/8. Now, 11 divided by 8 is 1 with 3 remaining. So we get 1 3/8. The third step, we simply add the whole numbers. So we kind of look at this as 2 easier problems. A simple problem of adding whole numbers, and a simple problem of adding 2 fractions with unlike denominators. Step number 4. Add the sum of the whole numbers to the fraction or mixed number that we got. So these whole numbers had a sum of 5. So we want to add that to the mixed number or the regular fraction. If it's a regular fraction, a proper fraction, you simply write it as a mixed number. So here we have 5 plus 1 3/8. And we get our answer, 6 3/8. Now let's try to apply some of those steps that we just learned. Here's a practice problem. Find the perimeter of this scalene triangle. If each of these are the length of the sides, we would say 4 1/4 units here, 2 1/2 units, and 3 3/8 units. Remember, perimeter is the sum of all sides. Go ahead and try this problem on your own, and then we'll see what you get. Okay, let's look over the answer, and my answer is written right here in this. When I make it a little bit bigger, we can see here that my answer gives us a common denominator of 8, and when you find the sum, we get 9/8. The sum of the whole numbers is 9. And then we need to add that together. So we have 9 plus the 9/8, which is equal to 1 1/8, to give us 10 1/8 units. How many of you got that? Did you remember to label units for perimeter? Okay, let's move on to our next page. Here's some more practice problems. How much time was spent doing homework using the chart we have here? Okay, study time would have been the homework time. Did you get your problem set up correctly? Now, what was your answer? 2 1/2 hours. Okay, assuming that this is hours, since the chart doesn't specify. How much time was spent on games? So we look at game time on Monday and Tuesday. Did you set your problem up correctly? And let's see what you got. Hopefully, it's the same as my answer, 6 3/4 hours. A great extension on this could be how much more time was spent on games for Monday and Tuesday than on study time or homework. And you could try that subtraction problem there. Let's do some more practice. Pause the screen, solve these problems, and then we'll go over them. Okay, here we go. Add the fraction, we get 1/4, and then add the whole numbers, and we get 8 1/4. Add the fraction, we get 7/9. And the whole numbers, 3 7/9. Add the fractions, we get 4/5. And the whole numbers, 4 4/5. Let's get a little bit harder. Here we go. Well, this one, we at least have a like denominator, so let's try to solve this first. Add the fraction part, and we get 12/9, which is converted to 1 3/9, which is actually equal to 1 1/3. When we add the whole numbers, we get 5. And then we need to find the sum of those numbers, and we get 5 plus 1 1/3, which equals 6 1/3. On our other problem, did you convert to a common denominator first? Should have been 4. Multiply by 2/2, and you get 2/4. And now we can add the numerators to get 3/4 as our fraction and 6 as our whole number. Well, I hope this helped you out with adding mixed numbers even when regrouping is necessary. See ya!